Okay, this is video 8. Okay, so when they talk about Iran having nuclear power, and Iran would represent a threat, Iran would represent a threat to the commercially civilized, and remember, it's commercially civilized. Commercially civilized. Commercially civilized does not mean it's civilized. It just means it's commercially civilized. Okay. So it just means it has goods and services, and its society is structured around the goods and services that it has to provide. Right. So Iran having nuclear power would threaten, the corporate power, the commercial power of the commercially civilized, corporatized culture of death. It's a corporatized culture of death. It's a legal culture of death. It's a legal culture of death. A commercially civilized, goods and services, corporatized, legalized, which corporatized is legalized, corporatized culture of death. So a culture of death has been legalized. Okay? And that's what corporate America, the multinationals are. That's what the multinationals are. And they're multinationals because they're Zionists, and they operate all over the world internationally. It's an international culture. If you notice, you have it was Britain, France, and other nations wanted to support the multinational corporate culture of death in Republic of America in invading Syria, as Britain supported invading Iraq, because they all want a piece of the Syrian pie. When Syria is divided, everybody wants to get in there and feed off of Syria natural resources and the location, its geographic location. So they want to get in there and feed like they, to empower themselves, like they fed off of Africa when they invaded Africa and they divided Africa colonized Africa. Okay, so they want to recolonize Africa basically, and they want to colonize Syria, like they colonized Iraq, and they want to colonize Iran. So they want to colonize those, and that's why they don't want Iran to get a nuclear weapon, because if Iran gets a nuclear weapon to defend itself, they won't be able to colonize Iran. They won't be able to dismantle Iran. They won't be able to destroy Iran, the Iranian nation, or the Iranian infrastructure. They can't just walk in and take what they want. So that is why they say Iran is a threat, because as long as Iran is, as long as Iran can defend itself, then Iran is a threat, because they can't just simply come in and take Iran's power. They can't just come in and take Iran like they would want to. That would pose a threat, right, to their so-called security in the region. And they need to be secure when they need to be secure. That means they don't need to feel insecure. They need to feel comfortable in what they're doing when they're killing and pillaging and plundering. They need to know that there is not going to be anybody that's going to come and I wish I would have put this higher. There's not going to be anybody who's going to come and stop them from what they're doing. There won't be anybody that will be able to challenge them. So that is what they, that is what they mean when they say that, Iran poses a threat. Iran poses a threat to their security. When they say Iran poses, they tell you speaking half truth, like the forked tongue, like the Native Americans said they speak in a forked tongue. When they say that Iran poses a threat, it means to their security, the security of the region. What they're saying is Iran, being, having its military and it being by Iran's ability to defend itself, okay, prevents them from just taking control of the, Iraq. It makes them feel uncomfortable in taking total control of Iraq, Palestine, and Egypt and Syria and all of those areas. They can't just come in and take what they want. They will feel scared. So they want to dismantle Iran. Then they will feel secure enough to come in and just take whatever they want and kill at random and do whatever they want. That is what they mean when they say Iran poses a threat. It's not the fact that Iran is a threat. It's, Iran's a threat to them if they come in and try to just kill somebody. Just like, if they come in somebody's house and they say the male of the house poses a threat, then go in and kill the male, and then they can take whatever they want from. They can do whatever they want to the women and children. And many times that's what they did. Isn't that what the Pharaoh of Egypt did? Kill the male children and left the women and children alive? Because the women and children didn't pose a threat to the women and children. Couldn't defend themselves, but the male could defend himself. So therefore, the male is a threat. Therefore, Iran is like a male of a male nation. It poses a threat. So take Iran out, then they can come in and take the women and children and do what they want, right? Okay, isn't that what they did when they did to the Africans when they brought them over and enslaved them? They beat the strongest male because the strongest male posed a threat because he could fight back. So they beat him down. Then they could mess with the lesser, stronger males. So Iran is a strong nation. So Iran is a threat simply because it's strong and it can defend itself against them if they try to come in and take it. And if Iran gets nuclear weapons, then it's a real threat because now Iran can defend itself and others can seek Iran to aid it in defending themselves, and they wouldn't be able to just take over the region. So that's what they mean. That's what they mean when they do their half with their forked tongue speaking in sound bites. Okay, so Iran is not a threat. It's just the fact that Iran prevents them simply by its existence, its strong existence, from taking over, coming in and just taking over its nation. Okay, so as long as their true Hebrew does, and as long as a true Hebrew does not claim his true identity, there will be no peace in the world. Because as long as a true Hebrew doesn't claim his identity, that's why I said I'm a Hebrew, claim my identity. The Hebrew, those British beta Caucasoids in Palestine are not Hebrews. They are not my ancestors. They are not related to me. They're related to the devil, the synagogue of Satan. Okay? And they need, inshallah, Allah needs to remove them from my ancestral land. Okay? He needs to remove them from my ancestral land. Okay? I claim my ancestral land, my ancestral heritage, my ancestral identity. There can be no peace. Because as long as nobody's claiming the heritage, how can they be doing anything wrong? Nobody can tell somebody to... Nobody can take something from another if it doesn't belong to them. So they don't see the Palestinians as owning the land. They see they know who they know who the Hebrews are. They don't think the Arabs are entitled to that land. They don't think that the Jews that are back there are entitled to that land. They know who are entitled to that land, and that's those who were enslaved all over the Africans who were taken from Ethiopia and other African parts of the world and brought to America and the West and enslaved. They know you can claim it. That's why that so-called rabbi is claiming that African and Americans are monkeys. So that when you get ready to claim your land, they can say, no, you're monkeys, and everybody will see you as a joke. That's why you got to claim it so that the war can stop, and you can tell them that's your land and they are not the ones. You got to expose them for the fraud they are, and only you can do it. Now, if you want the world to continue to be exploited and taken over and all this inhumanity going on, don't say nothing. But if you want the genocide to stop in the world, stop on a dime, then open your mouth and claim your identity. That's the only way to get it to stop. Why do you think Whitney Houston went back there, and when that Ariel Sharon, I think it was, tried to shake her hand, she looked at him like, why am I shaking your hand? And recognizing you as a prime minister of something. This is my land. And she said it, my land. I came to see my people in my land. Because it is her land, as it is my land, as it is my people. And the Palestinians are of my flesh and my blood. It's my land that they're taking. They are not, and they must get out. Get out. Get out of my house. Get out of Jerusalem. Get out of Judea. Get out and stop renaming my holy land. Okay? That is my holy land. That belongs to my ancestors, my heritage. And African Hebrew people, you gotta claim it. Step up. Step up, unless you want to continue to be the underdog, and not the underdog, but the shit of society. People, other nationalities wiping their ass on you, being beat down in the street. Claim your divinity, and that shit will, and that brutality will stop. You got to do it. It does not mean you're going to hate other nationalities. No, I don't hate Asians. I don't hate Mexicans. I don't hate Europeans. I don't hate, of course, the Arabs are me, but I can't hate myself. So I don't hate them for being who they are, just as they don't hate themselves. They don't hate themselves. Why I gotta hate myself? But to be kind, I gotta be humble. I gotta vacillate myself to Hebrew. Black person gotta vacillate themselves to be kind, and to vacillate they can't claim the divinity that they were given in Jannah. They can't claim the divinity of the spiritual divinity. They can't claim the Holy Land. They can't claim nothing. They can't claim the riches and the wealth of Africa. They can't claim nothing. But what? Claim ownership of the inhumanity and brutality, and claim savagery, and claim all the stereotypes. No, I claim divinity as it was programmed on the highest frequency, claiming the Hawa, claiming being identical to my mama, my spiritual mama. I claim the angel having to bow down to my daddy. I claim Allah breathing his spirit into my daddy. My daddy being created in Jannah, not earth, on the lowest dimension, first dimension of the chakra system, or the first dimension on creation. My daddy being created in Jannah. I'm happy. I'm proud. I'm claiming that. That's mine. That's my heritage. Judea is mine. Palestine is Palestine is Palestine. Palestine is Jerusalem. Palestine is mine. Hebrew, alhamdulillah, I am the Israelite. Jacob was my ancestor. Noah is my ancestor. Prophet born of a virgin is my ancestor. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is my ancestor. Noah is my ancestor. The true gospel is from my ancestor. Egypt is my ancestors. The gold, the diamonds, wealth, all that in Africa is my ancestors. My heritage, my legacy that I inherited. I ain't leaving that from somebody else. You got to claim it too, and I have no shame in doing so. And I'm not going to have shame in doing so. It's mine. It's mine. I'm not going to be ashamed in claiming my nappy hair as it represents the nappy, because the nappy represents the frequency as it cramps together. My nappy hair represents it represents the wave of the universe. Because the wave travels in crimps. My nappy hair represents the synapse, which is in the brain, which the energy wave travels on. I'm proud of my nappy hair. Flatlining is dead. A flat line, it represents a person being dead, but the heartbeat goes up and down. The fluctuation of the wave represents life. My nappy hair represents life. Whether it be blonde, blue, green, whether I call it blonde, blue, or green, because all the colors of the rainbow come from my mama. All the colors of the rainbow come from Alhamdulillah subhanahu wa ta'ala, me. And I'm gonna leave that to somebody else? I don't think so. To claim. Please. But no, alhamdulillah, my third eye is open, and praise be to Allah. I'm going to keep it open so I can stay close to Allah, so He can continue to teach and guide me about and give me knowledge about me, to be proud of me in a commercially civilized world a civilized, because it's a culture. It's not a world. The natural world is the natural world. And nothing can take its place. Nothing. And my daddy, my Adam, my daddy created in Jannah, was given dominion to be put on earth as a vicegerent of Allah, to represent Allah here. I'm proud of that. I'm proud to look like my daddy, being made of that celestial charcoal, having that strong, solid, hard body that becomes solid like a diamond, pure like a diamond. I'm proud to be my daddy's black child. I'm proud to be of his semen. I'm proud. I'm black, like Jane Brown said. Jane Brown said, I'm black and I'm proud. I'm a diamond in progress. A diamond in the rough. Anyway, so my nappy hair represents, as I said, the celestial wave, the crampy. The faster the energy is traveling, the more crimpier, the nappier it is. That's the nappier the wave is. When energy is traveling fast, when the person is processing energy fast, the energy is crimping together, and that's what the nappy is. My curl is. It's a nap. It's energy. It's curled. It shows my hair got life. I ain't gonna be ashamed of that. Because the beta caucasoid male culture want me to be ashamed of that. Fuck them. I'm not gonna do that. I'm proud. Hamdul, Allahu Akbar, Takbir. And that's Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, SubhanAllah, Alhamdulillah. I look like my daddy. Thank Allah. I'll never be embarrassed of that. My ancestors come from Africa. Alhamdulillah. 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 And alhamdulillah, my Arabs are my ancestors as well. I love my Arab ancestors. I love all my ancestors, my brothers and my sisters from all over the world, but I'm going to love me first, because y'all the one the commercial world is trying to persecute, trying to keep underfoot. Trying to exterminate, trying to mass incarcerate, trying to miseducate. I gotta let you know, if you don't, I gotta, you tell it, maybe you got it wrong. That's why you miseducating so many of the Hebrew people. Maybe you just don't forgive them, Father. You know not what you do. You can't know. You are you are in the past. The West is the past. So you may not know. You don't know. You only know as far as your science will go. You can't travel this fast. You ain't going this fast. I'm going pretty fast. Come on now. That's curling my hair. I am traveling pretty fast. Been placed on the highest frequency there is. It don't go beyond Jannah. Life don't go beyond Jannah. Okay? Well, it said some does. Does it? Yeah, there'll be some going beyond Jannah. But, so, my hair is pretty curly. So they can't go that fast. You know, you only as fast as your hair can go. You can only go as fast as your hair can travel. You know. So anyway, maybe you just miseducating because your hair, you need more curls in your hair. You know, you need a little bit more curls. Okay? Your hair ain't as curly, as nappy. Okay? So your miseducating may not be by mistake. I mean, maybe a mistake. You just don't know. Because the true educator is the one who came from Jannah. I mean, he has the knowledge. He was educated by Allah. My daddy educated by Allah. You can't come from here. You can't educate from the first dimension about the seventh dimension. You can't educate what you know not. You can't teach somebody what you don't know yourself. You can't teach nobody something you never experienced. It's like the blind leading the blind. You got to have sight to be able to teach somebody what you see, about what you see. If you don't see nothing, you can't teach nothing. So maybe you miseducating the black Hebrew people is just miseducating them by mistake, like I said, because your hair just may not be this thing curly. Okay, your hair, literally your hair ain't this curly, so what can I say? Anyway, so that's why I gotta educate you on this commercially civilized world about what real civilization is about. Got to teach you what real civilization is about, because alhamdulillah, mashallah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I come from, and my ancestors come from, a civilized, advanced society, culture. I'm from a civilized, advanced culture. I am from there. Okay? My ancestors come from there. Okay? And my daddy comes from Jannah. So, you know, you can't school me. I gotta school you. So I can't blame you for the miseducation. Can't blame you for the enslavement. Can't blame you for your barbarism. Can't blame you for the fact that you think you're civilized and you're not. I can't blame you. If I blamed you, then I will be on the first dimension of consciousness, and maybe my hair would start to get a little straighter. Okay? So I can't blame you for that. I don't blame you for that, for miseducating me or trying to look down on me or doing all the things you did. I don't blame you. Okay? I don't. Forgive you. You know not. You know nothing. You don't know. You were stuck in the past. I'm in the past. I'm from the future. You know, my ancestors come from the future. Were drugged back to the future. They were dragged, not drug. They were dragged back to the future and tried to keep them there consciously into the past. Stomp them down to the first dimension by changing their names, calling them boys. But the only reason you can call them boys because you gave them your names. Beta Caucasoid male. When you the child, and Adam is the father. So when you giving them your name, Bob, Scott, and Harold, and all this bullshit, you giving them your names, and yeah, making them boys, transforming men into boys by changing their names by giving them, because the surname represents the father, right? The first is taken after the father. So when you give a Hebrew man your surname, Mr. Beta Male, you're making him your child. So that's why the Hebrew man, you got to get your name back. You got to put your name back in your Hebrew name and become a man. That's why you got to walk in your identity. Get your own commercial market when you can. You got all of Africa to build up your foundation. I mean, you got each of us what you've done before. You got a history. You know you can do it. Do it again. He gonna be coming back to your house and to try to get more. He's always coming into your house. But this time you got to keep your door shut and keep your door locked. And when you do let them in, make them pay dues. Make them pay taxes like they make you pay taxes. It's all right to engage commercially. You pay taxes in his market. They're called tariffs, right? They're called tariffs. When I buy something from you and I bring them into my country, I may have to pay a tax on it. Or I sell them to you, I may have to pay a tax on it, or however it's done. I can't really think about how it's done right now, but they're called tariffs. When nations buy from nations, they pay tariffs. Yeah, if I get something from China, I'll have to pay a tariff on it here. If China gets something from me, they have to pay a tariff on it there. That's a tax. Keeps the economy going. So if they buy something from my country, something from me, then they should have to pay. They have to bring something to the table. Okay, we keep it going. Don't just let them come in the house and take everything. Get your name back. Don't be running around with his surname. A surname is the daddy's name, the father's name. You're not his child. He's your child. He should be having a name like who was that one? Zulu, Shaka Zulu. He should be having a name like Zulu. Not the reverse. You're having a last name like Bob Harris. That's a European name. That makes you the European's child when the European is your child. You got his surname. Get your Hebrew name and be the man. Stand up. Okay? Anyway, so yeah, you got to get your identity back. Okay? And you ain't got to stand out on the street and protest and get your name. And when you do get your name, don't change it legally. Because when you do that, now you become incorporated. They going to capitalize it. And now you got to ascribe to their laws and all this stuff. So it's time to start taking back your power. Empowering yourself. You don't need to fight for your own power. I don't need to fight for my identity to know that I'm related to the atom, the carbon, the black clay, created in Jannah with Allah's hands. Allah blew of his spirit into him, created in Jannah on the highest frequency. All the angels bowed down to him, to have pride in myself, to know who I am, my worth. I don't need to know that Egypt is advanced. I mean, I know Egypt is an advanced civilization. No, and then now coming back into the West, I'm going to the past. When they know you know what you know, then they're going to treat you with respect. Because now they can't treat you with disrespect because you know who you are. Your third eye is opening. Your consciousness is opening. Right? And it doesn't mean you ain't going to be kind. No. It just means you ain't going to be treated like shit no more by the commercially civilized culture of death. You're not going to be tolerate their putting you to death no more. You're not going to be brutalized. You're not going to be oppressed. And you don't have to fight. You don't have to march. You don't have to do shit to just embrace it for yourself. And embrace Palestine. This is my homeland. No, that's not your land. Africa is not your home. Well, you know what I mean. Africa is not, let's put it this way, you come from Europe. Okay? You come from Europe. You come from the Caucasus Mountains. That's your home. Don't come in and try to take mine because I got natural resources and I got culture and I got identity and I got spiritual history. And you want that so that the world will recognize you and respect you. They want your respect. They want your celestial respect. They want your honor. They want your dignity. You are honorable. And they want that. So you got to take that back. If you want to be honored, you got to be honorable. You got to have something to honor. Not be recognized as a monkey. If you're a monkey, you're an animal. Can be enslaved, can be beat, can be anything can happen. You can't be civilized. You got to remove that stereotype, those negative I don't want stereotypes. Got to move those negative stereotypes. Disassociate yourself from them. You got to disassociate them. Take off those slave clothes, the slave attitude. You got to take that off of you. Stop wearing it. But if you get up every morning and put that jacket on, then it's like them saying, you're basically identifying. You got the clothes, you got the attitude, you believe in it, you walk in the path of it, you do what it does, you embrace it. You can't embrace it. You got to disassociate from it. Okay? And Islam, and they try to teach you don't follow Islam. No, because Islam tells you the first man was black. The first woman was black. Islam tells you Musa was black. Islam tells you Hawa was black. The grandmother of Islam is black. It tells you Adam was the first black man created in Jannah. They don't want you to know that. They don't want you to know Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was, descendant of a black woman. They don't want to tell you that. That's why they want to get rid of Islam. They want you to believe in that Caucasoid shit. Okay? Get out of his clothing. Give him back his name. Give him back his shit. Surrender to Caesar what's Caesar's. Take what's from and give to Allah what belongs to Allah. And you, black man, you alpha gamma neutron man, wherever you are in the world, because we're one black family coming from Adam. Just like I ain't gonna say that there's no, just like I'm not gonna say there's Judaism, Christianity. I'm only gonna say Islam, because Judaism is in Christianity. Christianity is in Islam, and they're all one. Islam, peace. A family, a black family of peace, a black family of Muslims, and Muslims is a believer who created the black Adam. So humanity is black. That's why it's called humanity. Man, a T, meaning pieces of Adam, parts of Adam. Hued man, ities. Okay, pieces of Adam. Okay, pieces of the black, the hued man, which is Adam, entities. Okay, so when I say black, I'm talking about the Europeans and the Koreans. I'm talking about everybody except the beta males, Caucasoid males. Okay, that are seeds of Satan, the demonic ones. Okay, who want to destroy this world, and they're using their little commercially civilized, corporatized culture of death that's going around poisoning up all the food, the environment, and putting humanity in all kinds of debt, and disenfranchising some, and causing all this genocide and poisoning the air with weapons of, chemical weapons, and or chemical poison, chemical weapons, right, and all of that. Okay, so we're going to go to video 9 soon. Okay, so, as we said, so, you got to get back your identity. Okay, you got to give him back his name, give him back his clothes, because he's a slave. Give him back his poor clothes, give him back his poor slave name, give him back his poor stereotypes, give him back his poor history, give him back all his poverty he tried to put you in, and put on your royal robes, put on your royal names, put on your royal heritage, and enjoy it, and be proud. Wear your nappy hair, your intelligent hair. Okay? Be proud of your intelligent hair, whether it be blonde, blue, gray, and next time I may wear even a blonde, my white hair. Okay? If I can wear gray, I can wear white, because before it goes gray, it goes white. So I can wear my white hair, because all hair came from this woman, my mother, right? Hawa. All women came from my mother, whether they be blonde hair or whatever color hair. So I might wear me some white hair next time, because I like that too. But you best believe it's gonna be nappy, because it's gonna be intelligent. Okay, it's gonna be intelligent hair, conscious hair. I'm gonna wear my conscious hair. Okay. So anyway, so you gotta abandon the salam alaikum. Fuck me. This again. Salam.